Someone showed up to say hello. Come here. What's up, everyone? My name's Alicia. Welcome to the Double A Homestead channel, and we are going to the garden. So, side note, good news. I got all of the garlic planted. Well, not all of it. I wasn't able to use all of the garlic that I had harvested, but I used all of the pots that I had available. I think there was probably a total of 7 pots that I did not fill. Got my cart in tow because I still need to take some stuff out of the garden. But the most important thing to do in the garden is to, I'm out of breath, uh, get these water lines labeled and put up. Wanted to check on my brassicas. We got frost this week, and it looks like they took the frost well, which I don't know if that one's gonna make it. It's a cauliflower. I didn't label these, unfortunately. This one looks good too. They all look good. Well, you can see a little damage on this one, maybe. Nothing too serious to be worried about. Oh, something came in and dug this one up. We've got issues with voles, but they come in, and I notice after I've been out in the garden doing things in the dirt, they will come in and make tunnels, and that's why I had such a hard time with the carrots, was because they come through after I had cleaned it all up, and I can feel it's mushy over here, so it was probably a vole or a mole. Got to figure out how to take care of that for next year's season, but other than that, besides the one, maybe I'll get something. I planted so late for the brassicas, and the weather has been crappy all week. That's why I haven't done a video for last week, because every time I came out here or wanted to come out here, it was either snowing or raining. This is the first break that we've had all week, and I'm just kind of get as much done as I possibly can this weekend before the snow flies. So that's why, or we get more snow. That's why it's so important to get these water lines and anything else before we get too much snow and I can't get out here. I bought these labels. They're like zip tied labels for the water lines, because it seems like every year we're kind of at a loss of what to do and how to label them. So I got online and purchased these labels. I don't know if they're reusable, if we can reuse them. It'd be great if we could. And then it's got little markers with it. And well, it's got these. But I brought a Permy. I plan on reusing these for the water lines every year, so I'm not worried about the permanent marker being on there. But we'll give them a shot and see how it goes. So what we've been doing is, let's knock that over. We will mark on, because there we have old garden and new garden. The expansion's obviously the new, and the old one is the first part of the garden. So I'm gonna do old starting from right to left using these labels, labeling the water lines. I'm hoping that, I don't know if these are gonna work, because I don't think, Wolverine, I don't think these are long enough to zip tie around. I might have to get extra zip ties and then zip tie around them and then put these on the zip ties. It looks, some of them might be okay because the water lines are small enough, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Checking up on my kohlrabies. Looks like something pulled this out too. I don't know where this came from. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. There's a hole right there. Probably lose that one, but they're starting. Getting little starts. I'll get you a side profile. You can see there's a itty bitty tiny one here. Hopefully I'll get something out of these too. I would say as far as the carrots, it looks like they've doubled in size. Still doing, there's a hole there too. An experiment. I wanted to plant more, I just never got to it. I'll try to plant more. It's probably too late in the season now to be doing that, but alright, let's get started on the water line so I can get out of here because it took all I had to get out of here to crawl out of my nice warm bed with my heating blanket. All I want to do is go back and read my book. So let's do this, and then I have a couple other tasks for the animals that I gotta do and just bring you along. So I gotta find zip ties, and that might be a dilemma in its own. Zip ties have been located. Took me all of 2 seconds while I was in there, which is fantastic because sometimes it's not always easy to find things. Oh, is that glass? Sure is. Glass, so that's lovely. I tend to find quite a bit of that around here, unfortunately. So I pick it up as I go, obviously, because of the chickens. And I mean, I think they would be smart enough to not eat that, but I don't know. I've heard of chickens eating styrofoam before, so sometimes they eat things they're not supposed to. Excuse. I hope this scarf isn't rubbing up against my microphone. I was hoping it would be warm enough where I didn't have to wear my jacket. As much as I love my jacket, it is very stiff, and sometimes it's hard to do things while wearing it. So, that one's not big enough. There. Let's see what I got. I think we got these all the same. Yeah, I'm gonna have to double up. You can go to Harbor Freight. I think that's where we got all these zip ties, and you can get, I don't know how much it was. All right, see how these work. And it shouldn't be too difficult. Seems pretty self-explanatory, I think, here. Yep. So we're going to label this as old row 1, row 1. And for safety measures, I'm going to put the sweet peppers not bell. And the reason, okay, so what I did is I put old row 1, sweet peppers not bell, because these are the jalapenos and banana peppers for me. I did that because just in case if I did it the wrong way, this ensures that I know this is where this needs to be. I know it probably doesn't make sense to you guys, and that's totally fine. So let's see how this. Oh, okay. Hopefully that's. Oh yeah, that seems like it stays on pretty good. Perfect. Set that aside. And if you're wondering, Alicia, why not leave the water lines out? Well, the problem with that is, okay, I could, but if you do that, because winter, water freezes, and then I could potentially ruin these water lines. And I don't want that to happen because then it's going to cost me money to buy more. So that's why we take care of this every year. And we'll leave most of the stuff out here. The fencing, the electric fence comes down, but the other fencing stays up. Pretty much everything, water lines and electric fencing, and the little things that I've got out here, the garden stuff like the pretties and the lights and stuff, those go in storage too. So make sure I'm writing the right side. So this is old row number 2, uh, beans. All right. And then I want to do it this way so we can see the label. All right, I think that's gonna work. I think, yeah, I don't see any issues so far with this procedure, so I'm going to go ahead and continue this process. And then once I'm done, I'll be back and then I'll take you guys on the next step with me on the tasks that I have to do today. I had to take a break. I had to get my jacket. Hopefully my microphone isn't too covered, but I have to show you someone. Guda, come here. It might take her a minute. Come here. Someone showed up to say hello. Come here. As I was taking care of stuff in the garden. That's Guda. Come here, Goo. Come here. Oh, I think she had enough. Come here, Mama. Oh, here she comes. Hi. Come over here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, there we go. See, it's just me. I just got a jacket, is all. Yeah. You want to come here? I don't know her real name. Come here. But I call her Guda. And I think outside from Shadow, she was the first one to show up. Or first or second. And she's been a frequent passerby for as long as we've lived here. And I'd love to take her in, but I'm pretty sure she has a home. She's very well fed and she's very clean. So I would like to assume she has a very good home, very well taken care of. But I just love it when she passes by and says hello. I stop everything to greet her because it's not very often that I see her. Um, I think it's probably the second time I've seen her, maybe third in the last year. So it's not very frequent. So I take the time, come here, to say hi when she does stop by. Yeah. Hi. What's your little poor box? Yeah. We think that she might live down the road. At least that's what we're told from us. But I don't know. But she doesn't get along with our other cats that we have here that are feral. So are you off now, Goods? Oh, it's good to see you, Mama. She's off. But she doesn't get along with our other cats that are feral. So we try our best when she shows up to keep them separated. But she just sits here at the edge line waiting for someone to show up. I missed her the first time. Andrew actually stopped by and he told me that she was over here a second ago. And I was facing the opposite way, so I didn't get a chance to spot her. But she's going on her adventure now. Bye, Gouda. Bye, Mama. See you later. Thanks for saying hi. I hate it when she leaves. And I hate it when I have to walk away from her. I love animals so much. Water lines are uh, zip tied. They are done, thankfully. Now I've got to go try to get them in this little shed that we have over here up the hill. And then I got to figure out how to cover up the rest of those brassicas. I shouldn't even say brassicas, garlic, because the cats are getting in the garden now, which I was afraid of. And I've only got a few pots left that need to be covered up. But I've got all my water lines ready to be put away. These labels that I mentioned worked out really well, but I'm afraid that this part is not reusable. But there is a little slot here, which is really nice. So I can just cut these and still use zip ties for these. So they're not going to waste, which is good. I am exceptionally happy that that task is over with. Now the next task is attending to the ducks. I need to and should clean out the nesting boxes for the chickens. I was supposed to do that this week and I didn't get to it, unfortunately, just because of the weather permitting. So we're going to do that today while the weather is somewhat good and get them nice new bedding for this cold weather. So they'll be happy. If they're happy, we're happy. I like to use I hear the ducks. I wonder if they're coming up here. Last time I changed their bedding, they were so happy. They did not stop quacking. But I use a flat shovel because if I don't, I could risk, because we laid flooring on here and I don't want to, not that I'm worried about scratches, I could care less about that, but I don't want to pull up the flooring or damage it in any way because the way that we did it, we made it go up the walls. I don't want. Hi, Shadow. Are you gonna come in and help me? Yes. Come here. Okay, then don't. Um, I just don't want to ruin the flooring. All right. Hi, duckies. You coming to see what I'm doing? I'm almost done. All right. I think we're good now. Hopefully there's enough in there for them. I might come back in a day or so once they've got it kind of all flattened out maybe add a little bit more. But for now, I think it's good. They went back down to the water. They got impatient, but I'm sure they'll come back up later to inspect my work. Right, everyone? I think that about does it for today. Got the water lines from the garden taken care of, which was the main task on my list for this weekend, which is fantastic. Didn't take too long, which is great. I got the bedding for the ducks done. They really needed that. I'm sure they'll come up later to inspect. They haven't done that yet, which is surprising. I think they were scared of the camera because they've never seen that before. And then I also was able to get the nesting boxes done for the chickens, and that was kind of really the main task that I had. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share button. We always appreciate that so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.